You're listening to Zoom the TBT with Charge and Hayner.
Hey guys, it's Charge Hayner presents Zoom the TBT, and tonight we're doing some quick bracket reactions. Charge, this is an exciting day, right?
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is what we've all been waiting for a month and a half now. The anticipation's been building up. We knew this day was coming soon. The application period ended on the 15th. Chris and Seth did a fantastic job with the TBT selection show. So it's exciting, it's fun, and can't wait to dive into the Columbus Regional.
And so what is the best state in the world, Charge?
It's absolutely Ohio. Look at this thing. I mean, Ohio's got everything going for it, even without basketball. But when you look at this bracket, it's well represented with a bunch of Ohio teams. From Carmen's crew, we got our Ohio University. We got the new ZipEmUp team that's coming to play. We got Red Scare. And then when you look at those teams alone, I mean, this is going to be an exciting bracket. And there's a great supporting cast here of teams and powerhouses that are going to give these guys a challenge. But I love the Ohio teams in this Columbus Regional for obvious reasons.
Now, before we bring our guest on, and we'll hint at who it is, let's just say that before I bring him on, it's a team that has the likely GM of the year as a rookie GM. But I do want to say there's two big seeding issues in the entire field we had. And by the way, we think TBT did a wonderful job. But Charge, how much of an insanity is having Mackey and the Volunteers in a 8-9 game? Like, how nuts? That's a 5-4 second round game. What happened there?
Yeah, no, I think that what this one is, and I think I was tracking pretty well to TBT's logic and what they were trying to do this year. And, this one here had a lot of, powerhouse alumni teams, so you see things like TMT in the region matched up. And I think this is just where this fell out as an 8-9 with Mackey and Volunteers. I think there's an advantage for them pushing one of these, high quality teams up against Carmen's crew. And I mean, we're talking off camera about what a brutal that matchup is, Carmen's crew versus the winner of Mackey or Volunteers. And so you're going to automatically get one of these three teams deep into the tournament, whether it be Carmen's, Mackey, or Volunteers. And I think this is just a numbers game. I find it interesting that they fell all the way to 8-9, but I'm not surprised just because the way you see this lines up and how far they're going to go into the tournament. So that we say all the time, TBT is going to make some different moves that may not make sense from a seeding perspective, but they make sense from where and how the teams progress through the brackets. But before I turn it over to you, though, the real crime here, though, is putting Mid-American Unity at number 16. That is a crime. They're a solid number 15, hands down. 15 all day to deprive the TBT fans of that second matchup against Red Scare is just criminal. Out of all the things going on in this bracket, you needed Red Scare and Mid-American Unity. So that makes sense because that really
miss. It's a big miss, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a miss in the sense of the right teams being in. So people that watch the pod know Charge and I we're relatively professional, but we have our own agendas. And as a Memphis fan, I fucking hate Cincinnati. It's more of a friendly Cincinnati hatred as opposed to Louisville or Tennessee, and both just burn in hell. So Cincinnati's more of a friendly rival, but only one fan base really hates Cincinnati more than Memphis, and that would be the Xavier team. And so we brought in Jason Meyer, ZipEmUp. What's going on, man?
Happy to be here. First time, long time, but a long time coming. Happy to be here, guys.
So excited to have you on. So how much Xavier hates Cincy more than pretty much everybody, right?
No question. Everything you say about Tennessee, we completely echo that sentiment, maybe and then so. No question. No question. I love it.
It's a shame, and I really hope this plays out because obviously you guys look to have set yourself up for a really long run into TBT, not only this year but in the future. Your fan base is really excited for you, but we got to get Melvin getting that Bearcat Jam team a little bit stronger. And I mean, because obviously that would have been a first-round matchup. They would have definitely put them into 14, bumped Ohio somewhere else.
And plus, there would have been extra cops. Plus, the cops alone, it would have been a full employment for the Columbus police.
Need full security. I'm telling you that. No question. Zip them up.
It was really cool. And so we'll just talk about your team and, just kind of how this evolved for you. But it's really cool to see in the YouTube chat. I mean, it was probably the first 30 people on were all ZipEmUp guys and really owning the chat. So tell us about how, where you got the idea that it's time to get a Xavier team into the TBT.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Xavier's a huge basketball school. Obviously, no football. And I think that Cincinnati in general, as much as we don't like those guys, like this city loves college basketball. And just seeing the teams, especially Dayton, our old A10 rivals, like just seeing it year in and year out is painful to not see a Xavier team like every single year. So I remember last year we were like, guys, it's time to make this happen. I actually ran a pretty like famous Xavier account called Captain Xavier for a while, and just like that fan base is just nuts. We got that fan base going crazy for it. And then we saw some demand for it. So we actually created a little Twitter account for it. And then Jake Pavorsky reached out to us and asked if we were serious. I was close with Coach Carter, who was an assistant at Xavier as well, and recruited JP McCure and a lot of those guys. And I was like, guys, this just makes way too much sense not to make happen. And next thing you know, he calls JP. JP's in. JP recruits the entire team. And we've got, an entire group on board. And then once, Xavier saw those guys in, it was complete buy-in. So it was just the rest is history there. And they've been as great as anybody in our success. So it's just been super fun to watch it play out.
Absolutely. So really excited about ZipEmUp. They are definitely a team that we really think the world of as far as an early thing. But you are a first-time alum team, and there is a pitfall with doing that. What was the team we were most high on probably of the new teams last year is War Tampa. Now War Ready, a team that had a lot of talent, had a lot of things going for them, went in off a lot of hype and got demolished in the first round. So how do you become a team that learns the lessons of first-time alumni teams without having to go through the painful growth thereof?
Yeah, no question. That's a very good question. I mean, we're doing all of our homework. I can promise you that. We will be coming very, very ready. We're doing a training camp in-house for our team, a 4-day training camp before. We're already starting our scouting. Our guys are ready to go. And if you know anything about JP McCure, if you saw the picture with Everline last year, I know he put that in a bottle. He's ready to bring that out this year for the tournament as well. But I can tell you that we're going to be completely legit. We have D1 experience from a coaching perspective, a full staff. Like, we are coming ready to go. And we're not taking anyone for granted. I mean, I do like our path, if I'm being completely honest with you. I love that Ohio got what they asked for by tweeting at us and then getting that matchup. But we're bringing everything we got.
Ask and thou shalt receive.
Very, very
and
true.
Thou shalt receive.
Very true. But we're going to do all our homework, and we're not taking anyone for granted.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for poor Matt in the War Tampa team. Every time we talk about a first-round struggle.
We love Matt.
Yeah, we talk to him quite often, and I just feel bad. It's but he knows he's got a great opportunity this year to turn it around. And yeah, JP obviously cornerstone of that team, charge guy. So love to see that, and can't wait to see what he's going to do. He's just amazing player. A lot of respect for what he brought to when I was able to see him in Canton. So he'll bring it again down there. But so let's go real basic here. I should know this, but Hayner always says, he's a college guy. I'm more the G League guy. So where did the ZipEmUp thing come from? So this is obviously everywhere. I see zippers everywhere, pencils, holders are going to be Columbus and quarter zips. So what's that all about?
Yeah, so there was a famous brawl, and this is definitely not what it's all about. There's a famous brawl between Cincinnati and Xavier. I'm sure you probably remember 2011, two Holloway Mark Lions team. Sure you remember. It was all over ESPN. But that was kind of the Xavier motto of that team. And that's just kind of Xavier's mentality. It's a very tough, ragged group, and they're out there to be competitive and zip teams up. So that's a lot of it. And then two, a lot of it was just kind of wanting to make this team the fan base's own, so we kind of left that up to a group vote, and that had kind of been a Xavier theme for a while. And it also kind of plays into like our kind of mentality as well. We're going to be cheeky in a competitive way, but we're kind of joking about it as well. But we're going to be competitive. We're going to talk some trash and have some fun. So that's kind of a lot of it, is that mentality of having fun, talking some trash, having a good time, and zipping them up. And it has become kind of a running joke and kind of a running theme for the Xavier fan base, and they love it.
Absolutely love that, because you really understand what this event's about. Because we always saying on this podcast is 90% real basketball, 10% professional wrestling. And the reality is you've got to have some fun with it. Like the patron saint of the podcast, in many ways, is Odd Elmore, because he loves to talk shit with people. He knows it's all in fun too. It's never personal. So the idea of talking, I really expect, plus you have a great bracket for it, because like whether it's blue collar or you're the nerd team, those are two really fun concepts behind them. The guys from Buffalo, the guys from nerd team, Ohio, you got the interstate rivalry. So like, how do you really think you can advance that narrative and really make yourselves, like, how are you going to challenge the Red Scare if you get there? Like, how's the crowd fight going to go?
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. If you remember JP McCure's senior year when we played against Wisconsin, the previous year they had lost to Florida in the NCAA tournament. So when we went to Wisconsin to beat them, JP did the Gator Chomp while walking off of the arena. So, I mean, that's what Xavier's all about. And if you see any Xavier college basketball game, when the other team posts their final score, we will post whoever scored the most points for Xavier in the replies like 500 times. So I am really looking forward to whoever loses to us first, seeing their final score and seeing 500 replies of, whoever scores the most points, Trayvon, JP. We're going to be fun. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun group. Our fan base eats it alive. Back in the A10 days, it was a running joke with Dayton. They didn't win at Xavier. They haven't won at Xavier since 1981, which is when Jimmy Carter was in office. My father just bought a Jimmy Carter fathead for when we play the Red Scare. Chris Mack wore a Big East pullover because Dayton wasn't invited to the Big East when we played them in the Orlando Invitational, and he got that pullover from Chris Mack. So he's ready to bring that out as well. So we are bringing the kitchen sink, and we are ready to be a brand. No matter what happens, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it.
So so you're saying JP is a little bit of an agitator?
Just a little bit. He had a college coach want to fight him after a game, so maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, like I said, quite the character. I can't wait to see it on the.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun, and so when you look at the bracket, obviously you can't look too far ahead. Obviously, the game's in front of you. So blue collar, you and nerd team. So have you had a chance to take a look at those, and you have a preference who you play? Because this is another one where I think nerd team is really really good for an 11 seed. So have you had a chance to really dig in and kind of see who you prefer to play without looking past Ohio, obviously?
Oh, definitely. We've already started all the scouts. Ohio's definitely priority number one. But when you guys were doing all your brackets, the nerd team was one of my sleepers. And I think they've been great. You guys talk about us, but I think they've been great from a social perspective as well. The brand that they've created. Oh, they've been fantastic. Other than that one grammar slip up, obviously. Frauds. No, just kidding.
Nerd team. Yeah.
Right. They're number guys. No, but they've been great. And then the blue collar U team, it fits. They got some tough, big dudes. So we're gonna have to bring our lunch pail against those guys and definitely hit the glass. But I like both those teams a lot. So it's definitely not an easy matchup either way. And we're not looking past Ohio either. I love their guard play. I love what Nick Kellogg brings to the table. I remember watching. I was on OU's campus for that run. So definitely not sleeping on anybody. But I think those are two great teams, and I'm definitely not sleeping on either one.
Yeah, I think you and Red Scare, you look at the left-hand side with Carmen's and Mid-American and Mackey and Volunteers and TMT, the region's legit, Hines, Brown. That is insane what's going on there. Not to discount what's happening on the right-hand side, but, you got Vakani, a lot of debate about Cat 5 and Wolf Blood, how good those are going to be. But I think you guys have a pretty nice route overall, and I'd much rather be on the right-hand side than the left.
I would hate to say I can't argue with you, but I can't argue with you. And I'm close with Ryan K. I was surprised, especially with the Robbie Hummel edition on an already great team, to see them slide to the 8 matchup. Carmen's crew has, but whoever comes out of this Columbus region is going to be extremely battle tested. So we're excited to represent Columbus. We're excited to represent Ohio and Cincinnati as well, but it's going to be a blast.
From the Natty, Jason Meyer, ZipEmUp. Can't wait to meet you guys in person for hopefully what will be a long run for a very storied program in Xavier. Jason, thanks for swinging by.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you having me. ZipEmUp. Thanks, guys.
ZipEmUp.
Thanks, Jason.
Hope you enjoyed listening to ZoomTheTBT with Charge and Hater. Subscribe to YouTube, follow on Twitter, and give us your money.